Hey, this is Chris Buono, and this is Street Smarts, brought to you by Bog Street. Today's conversation is two parts, but it really falls under the same roof. We're going to check out something called pick scrapes. And for lack of a better term, scratches. Both techniques are percussive techniques where you're using the pick to make sounds, hitting against the strings, doing a certain thing that provide a percussive element, and sometimes just total anarchy, which is always what we're going for. That said, let's start with pick scrapes, and then we'll get to the scratches in a second. So pick scrapes sound exactly like what they sound like. They sound like I'm taking a pick and scraping against the strings. That's because I am. I'm taking this Bog Street axe cut. This one is an Ultim Tack, and it is a medium gauge, but you can use whatever material, whatever size you want. You'll find what works for you. In this case, I got this pick. I'm holding it like I usually do, right? I'm doing something. Okay, two pick scrapes made it in there. I went from holding my pick like I normally do, and then I come over and grab it like this. This is the way I do it. I'm going from that curled first finger, thumb is in the same spot. I come over and I grab it with the two fingers like that, and I'm here against the strings in a conventional position. Once I put that finger over, I turn the pick and I kind of angle it and I just get on those strings. Now the lower strings being wound, they have those ridges in the windings, they're going to get you a certain sound. The more you dig in, the more you're going to get the scraping sound, but you're going to get scraping sounds whether you dig in or not. So digging in, not digging in is going to get you different tones. Another thing though is accompanying the pick scrape with this. Some sort of descending gliss thing, another total rock and roll thing to do. You don't need to pick scrape only on the wound strings. It's awesome, and with gain, as you can hear here, it's definitely an effective thing. But the higher strings also have a sound to them, as you heard me doing in the beginning. That wasn't just wound string pick scrapes. Check it out. I'm pick scraping, but it's almost like I'm, rapidly rubbing the pick against the higher strings, and I tend to stay here near the pickup. So I either do it, as you saw, in a circular motion, or I'll do it in this like sawtooth wave motion. I'm still employing the same thing when it comes to how I'm holding the pick and how I'm going against the strings. I'm coming from a conventional grip, putting the two fingers over, and then coming down on the strings on an angle. I'm not perpendicular to the strings, so the pick is not like this and the strings are like this. The more I'm like this, I'm leaned over. So whether I'm doing a low string thing or doing a high string thing, I'm holding the pick the same way every time. As for the other sound, the scratches, there's different names for that. I've heard it called chanking, clicking, whatever the case may be. It's all the same thing. It's that thing where you are lightly touching the strings with your fretting hand so you don't have any notes ringing, whether they're single or chordal. So you can get a percussive sound like that. And I take it a step further by not just concentrating on one set of strings. Although, in the beginning, and for the most part, you should concentrate on the higher unwound strings. They cut the most. Right? I was concentrating mostly on the high strings, but at the same time, I started using other strings. Because just like pick scrapes, the different strings give you different timbres. So now we're starting to get into something I call string percussion. A lot of this type of stuff I talk about in my very first TrueFire course called Funk Vision. I'm holding the pick the same way I talked about and the way I usually hold a pick. Previous to me going into a pick scrape thing where I do this, now with this stuff, I don't change anything because it's all about the combination of hitting the strings and the left hand coming in and releasing the fretting pressure to start making the strings turn into this, this dampening thing. Right? Now, it doesn't just have to be chords like I said before. It's also a single note thing. You could do this with a totally dirty tone. You could do this with a totally clean tone, whatever the case may be. Scratches are very cool. It's a great way to provide more depth to what you're playing. It's also a great way to tie in things to make, a 16th note syncopated rhythm sound the way that it really should. And finally, the string percussion thing just gives you a whole array of sounds that are outside actual pitches, and that just makes whatever you're playing just have that much more depth and that much more content in it. And that's a good thing. And there you have it. Pick scrapes and scratches. This is Chris Buono, and this is Street Smarts. Thanks to Box Street, we get to have these conversations together. I'll see you on the next one.